Hello, my name is Mohammed Manik, and this is my iOS development final project. So for the project, I've decided to build an app that you can use to buy cryptocurrencies. I'm sure you have heard of Bitcoins by now. So if you wanted to buy Bitcoins, where would you go? So there are exchanges. For instance, Coinbase is a well-known American exchange where you can go and sign up, and then you can deposit your fiat currencies, US dollars, and with using your US dollars, you can go ahead and purchase any amounts of Bitcoins. So the Coinbase exchange serves as the middleman between you and buying the Bitcoin. So this app uses gdax's APIs to actually perform those trading functions. For example, you can buy and sell cryptocurrencies through their exchanges, and this app connects to the exchange and helps you buy and sell. Also, this app has very nice interface for you to see the general trends and patterns of the current market prices. This is actually a web view, which is essentially a widget that connects to a third-party website called TradingView. They provide a very nice UI for you to actually view the current prices. Also, this app can also locate nearby ATM machines for Bitcoins. So if you go onto this tab, you can see if there are any ATM machines nearby, and it can help you find them. This app uses many iOS features to perform all the actions. For example, it uses web API calls to the cryptocurrency exchange, in this case Coinbase/gdax. It uses core data to store persistent information, for example, the logs, and also your user credentials, for example, the API keys that you need to actually log in to the exchange service. It uses web views to display graphs of the market data. It uses table views. Also, it uses iOS map capabilities to find the nearby ATM machines, Bitcoin ATM machines. And this is the class diagram, which shows the different classes that have been used throughout the application. Here is a better view of the class diagrams. Here are some external libraries that I've used in the application, which include Swift WebSocket, SwiftJSON, Signal, and Swift Dates. The whole application follows the MVC architecture, where there's a controller. In this case, the product manager is in control of all the actions of buying and selling, and communicating with the server through other classes. For example, the exchange request class handles all the exchange requests to and from the exchange service through the API. And here is the MVC architecture that I was talking about, where the controller, the view, and the model is kept separate. And this is the MVC diagram, where the product manager class is the main controller and handles all requests with the help of other classes. This design is flexible enough to swap out the view and other views and with other views with no code changes. For example, if you have a view that is on the phone, you can essentially swap it out with a different view that follows the same implementations as the controller requires. The capabilities of this application, so one of the main features of this application is that it can avoid fees while buying and selling cryptocurrencies. So anytime you're trying to buy and there's no fees to it, but the downside to that is that the orders are not filled immediately. So to keep on trying until the order fills, this is the algorithm that has been used, where you place an order and then check to see if the order has been filled or not. If it has been filled, then that's good. If it has not, then take the current market price and place a new order, and repeat that until order is actually filled. So this is one of the key features of the application, where you can actually catch the best price with zero fees. There are some limitations. For example, there are no auto trading features. I mean, you need interactions from the user to initiate a buy or sell. Essentially, there is no autopilot in place. Also, no background operations can happen. This is more of a iOS limitation, where if your device goes to standby, everything all the applications goes to sleep, except for only the applications that have the rights to do background operations. Also, there are no notification capabilities at the moment. For that, also, the app needs to run continuously in the background. And then anytime there's a significant movement in the prices, the user can be notified through a notification. So the lessons learned and some future improvements are, it is very difficult to test a system like this with a live trading exchange, because the prices are always moving, always changing. And if you're testing with your real money, there's a potential for you to actually lose money. For instance, you place an order and the price drops very quickly. So if you sell after the price drops, obviously you make a loss. And then the lesson is using third-party libraries makes some of the tasks very easy. For instance, if you want to implement the publish a subscriber pattern, where it's very important to do that, especially in a multi-threaded real-time system like this. Using a third-party library like Signal is very helpful. Also, real-time operations must be taken into consideration, and since anything can happen at any time, using different threads to handle those events is very critical. And a future improvement, some of the future improvements that I have thought of is that automatic trading, where depending on the market conditions, the app would automatically calculate should you buy or should you sell. And depending on that, it would do that automatically in the background and notify the user. Also, notifications on price changes is not in effect. That is one of the items that can be improved in the future. So that was the overview of the application, and here is a live demo of trading live on the server. You have to remember the account is actually connected to my personal account, and whatever trading actions that are being shown has been done through my account. We'll go ahead and start it up and get a little bit overview. Now it is connected to my account, personal account right now. So the numbers you see is reflected on my account. To use this, you would actually have to go and create an account with gdax, and from there you can set up your API key, your secret and passphrase and everything else that needs to be set up in order to connect it with your account with gdax. So basically, this is the interface of the application. So as you can see, you see a graph over here. This is actually a web view, which connects to one of the third-party trade view widgets, and it displays a nice little graph of real-time prices of bitcoins. So as you can see, the prices are changing right now. The prices are moving really fast, and recently there has been much hype about bitcoins, litecoins, and everything else. So this tab is for bitcoins, this tab is for litecoins, and as you can see, this is a logging area where as soon as you click on the as soon as you click on the buy and sell, you would see what is actually taking place. And this is a custom table view where you'll see the active orders when you place an order. So it's basically the same for Litecoins and Ethereum, as you can see. And as soon as you open it, this fires up and connects to, you can see the logs over here. It is actually connecting to my account with gdax, and it is actually using a WebSocket connection to do that. I'm using a third-party library to do the WebSocket connections. Also, you can also go here and see a history of your previous purchases and sales, and these are actually connected to my account right now, so these are the numbers that you see. And so these are bitcoins, litecoins, and Ethereum, and of course this is a map. So as soon as you click on it, you get your current location, and then you can it actually searches for nearby Bitcoin ATM machines, which probably would be useful. Now, this app, what it does is, if you place an order and order is not filled immediately, what it does, it tries to go match the current market price and then eventually fill the order as quickly as possible instead of you having to wait. So let's go ahead and try to place an order. So we'll buy 0.01 at the current market price, which is 156.85. So I place buy order now, yes. So as you can see over here, this is the new order, and it was canceled, and then it was placed at a new price again. So a lot of things is happening. For instance, as soon as it sees the price change, it cancels the old order, and then it waits a couple of seconds, 5 seconds, and then to see if the order has been filled or not. If not, then it cancels the old one and then places a new one, and that's what you're seeing over here. So this is one style of ordering, so which is the limit order. Basically what that is you try to avoid the exchange fees, because every transaction you do with gdax, there's a small transaction fee. So if you want to avoid that, this is the only way to avoid it, is place a limit order, basically saying I want to buy it at this price, and if the current market price is at this price, then the gdax servers will actually fill the order. If not, if the price moves up and you place an order that was much lower, the order will never get filled, and your order will just be pending. As a matter of fact, let's instead of buying, let's cancel this order, and let's actually try to sell that way. Probably it would be quicker because I think the prices are going up. So we will now see a live trading with this app. So I have pulled up my gdax account over here, and this app has already connected with my user credentials with this gdax server. So let's go ahead and try to sell 0.01 Litecoins. And if I press sell here and then confirm, and as you can see, these orders are being updated as the price changes. So also the logs are being written over here, and after a certain period the logs will get saved permanently to a core data entity database. So as you can see, the orders are being tracked. And it looks like sell order of this 0.01 LTC USD at 161.66 filled completely. That means the order was successful. And if you go to the fill section, well, this didn't update. Let's refresh that. And if you see that this actually was filled in the server, and as you can see, this is my available money in USD, and this is my available currency. So if I go and click on the history, you should be able to see the sell that I just did right now, which was 0.01 and 161.66. So, and these are all the previous buys and sells. You can also see and do calculations. So that's pretty much for a demo of the application of a live trading action. And of course, this is the same for all currencies: Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. And of course, it keeps a track of how much money you have and how much you're actually buying and selling. And this is all happening real time. For instance, the price just went up $3 in a matter of couple of minutes. So you can see this is a very volatile market. So it's very important that you if you have this app on your phone, it would be very convenient to just keep an eye on your investments. And of course, the settings that I've been using to connect to the server is actually hard-coded at the moment, which has my user credentials to actually show you real trading. If you actually have a gdax account, and if you can provide these API keys and passphrases and secrets, basically these are the values you're actually looking for. And those values you get as soon as you create a gdax account and you're verified with your ID and everything else, and then that's when you can start trading, and you would need those to actually log yourself into the application.